Hello guys, so in this video we're going to continue from our last video from creating our content from the site. So let's have a look. So this is the example. This is what we want to create right now. This is what we want to create. So right now we have our poll. So the next thing we need to do is we need to get this on the other side. How do we do that? So let's dive right in. So in our last tutorial, this is the example that we did. So we have our latitude and our longitude. We have our map options with the center, zoom, map type ID, with our map IDs, our heading and our tilt. We created a map. We created a function to initialize our WebGL overlay view. And over here we needed to create an advanced marker, which is this advanced marker. We can edit the background, we can edit the icon, we can do so many things to this. So with this, we need to create an HTML content because we are going to put HTML document. This is an image from this is an HTML image. So because we're going to create HTML content, we need to create a div. Then inside the div, we add this material icon of map. So when we can change it to camera. Camera, we're going to have the camera. Let me change this to like car. Let's see if we have car in material icons. Into car, there's no material icon called car. So let's just say pencil. There's no pencil. Let's see pen. Our material icons have a lot of icons, but I don't know why they don't have pencil. So let's look at material icons. So they have all these stuff. So let's see. Let's see if they have pen. They have folder open. They don't have pen. So let's just use folder. So we're going to see folder open, refresh our page, and we get a folder, right? So when we say, for example, anytime we tell it, so let's say flash on. So let's say flash on, and we have a flash on, right? Great. So let's make it come down a little bit. So let's just say style is equal to margin top 3 pixels. Let's see if it's going to come to the middle a little bit. Great. So let's make it 7 pixels. And boom. Great. So now we've put it in the middle. Very nice. The next thing we need to do is we need to put our HTML content. So how do we do that? So inside our HTML, we're going to put our HTML. We're going to put our content. So we come down like this. And we're going to put plus. So once you put your plus, we can add more HTML content. Okay, we can add more HTML content because we have a plus. So now, what do we want to do? We want to create a span. So let's just say, open a span. And let's give this span a class. So let's call this side. So let's just say side content, right? This is side content. And inside this side content, let's say this is the content, right? So let's say this is the content. Let's refresh our page. Now you see that there is a content. So let me change this color to color red. So let's say text danger, right? Text danger. So what you see right now is this is content. So let me increase the size. So let's say FS4. Great. So this is content. This and this is our so let me make this red too. So let's just say text danger. I want us to understand what is going to happen right now. So great. So this is the content that we have inside the marker right now. We have our material icon and we have our text. And all this is HTML. This means we can put all our HTML inside this place. Now, how do we make this look like this? Okay, so let's go on. The next thing we want to do is let's just take this text changer out and let's do some few stuffs to this. So let's remove this. Now let's write some CSS for this. So let's go back here and let's go here. Let's say style. Okay, say style, and let's write some CSS. Let's CSS we need to do. Let's give it some border, right? So let's say 1 pixels, right? It's solid white. Okay. Next thing we need to do is let's give it a border radius, right? So border is like 8 pixels, right? So see with this we have a little nice border radius and it has a white border. The next thing is let's give it a color. So the content inside give it a color of like white, right? Just make our stuff look nice, white. Give it a font size of like 14 pixels. Okay. Now give it a pattern of like 5 pixels. 5 pixels. Now let's see. Let's save this and let's see what's going on. Okay. So we have something covering up somewhere. We just don't know what's going on. Great. So let's give it a background color. So let's just say background color. Give it something like a blue. So let's just say hush 4286 F4. Great. Let's save it and let's see what's going on. And boom. So we have some content right here, right? So let's see. The next thing we need is to shift this content from the marker and put it on the side. So how do we do that? Let's give it a margin. Margin left. Let's say 14 pixels. Okay, we have a margin left of 14 pixels, but it's still somehow. The next thing we can do is let's give it a position of something like let's give it an absolute position. Now let's refresh and boom. Okay, so with an absolute position, we have shifted it to the right. We've given it a nice border. We have given it a nice text size. and everything is working out fine. The next thing we need to do is we need to put our image in there. How do we put an image? It's just a simple image. Let's go back to our JavaScript. So this is a content. Now before we put our contents, we can put our HTML inside. So we just say img srt, and let's just link to some. Let's go to our assets, go to our images img, and I don't even have an img folder. I only have image assets. So let's just say comp1. What image is this? No, no. Let's see. McDonald's. Okay, go maps. Now this is a maps image. Search 3D maps. Th. So let's just use the McDonald's, right? th.jpg, right? So h.jpg, right? Simple. We have this. Let's look at the other files to check this file name. city.png. Okay, so let's just go to maps. Okay, and let's go to city.png. It's just an image, right? So let's refresh, and boom, we have this nice big city. Okay, so let's just all we need to do is, you know what to do. We just change the sizes. All right. So let's give it a class of image, and let's give it some few styles. The style is, let's say, let's give it a width, something like 80 pixels, right? And let's refresh, and boom, boom, boom. So technically, when you look at this and when you look at this, we have the same thing, right? Look at this, when we look at this, we have the same thing. So this is how to create amazing content. So this can hold all your HTML files, everything that you want it to hold. It can hold your images, your contents, descriptions, everything, right? So this is how you create it. Now we have this little pointer pointing to the marker, which makes it looks really nice. So let's try to add that. So let's grab this. Let's make it. Let's grab this, and let's repeat it here. This time we say after. See this after pseudo element. After the content is nothing. Okay, so we're not putting anything inside. Give it a absolute position. The left is something like -9 pixels, right? And the top is like 40%. Okay, 40% from the top. Let's refresh this and let's see what's going on. Nothing. Okay, nothing is going on. The next thing we need to do is let's try to give it some transformations. Okay, let's try to give it some width. So let's give it a width. Let's say the width is something like the width is 0, the height of 0. Okay, the height of 0. So we need to do, we need to transform this item. Okay, so let's give it a transform. And transform, we give it a rotation of 90 degrees. Okay. Let's see if we have anything. I think we have nothing still. Boom. Still have nothing, right? So now let's see what's going to happen. Now, let's give it a border left. Border left of 6 pixels. Make it solid, make it transparent. Let's give it a border right. Let's give it a background. So let's copy this background. Let's give it to this background. Great. Let's see what's going on. Still nothing, right? So let's see what we need to add to this. We have our content with a position absolute. We have a left minus 9 pixels, top 40%, transform 90 degrees. We have our width and our height. We have our borders. We have our background. Let's see something. Let's make this like 10 pixels. 10 pixels. Let's see what's going to happen. Okay, so you see we have it on the right side. Okay, we have it a little bit on the right. We need to make it pointed, right? We need to make it pointed. So from the top, let's make the top like 20%. It goes to the top a little bit. Okay. So let's see how we're going to make this pointed. Because with this, we made it really pointed. So let's change this to something like 5. Let's change this to something like 5. Let's see. Makes it smaller. It has to be something like 0. So one last thing, let's add our border top. So let's say border top. So the border top, let's say 6 pixels, right? 6 pixels. Let's make it solid. And let's give it our blue color, right? So let's give it our blue color like this. Let's copy this and let's paste it, right? Refresh our page to see what's going on. Okay, so now we make this 0. Make this 0. Let's see what's going to happen. So let's take this to 40% back. Let's see. Border left, border right. Transparent, transparent. It's giving a little bit of trouble. So let's see. Let's see what our previous example, the one we did to get to this. So this is WebGL and HTML. This is the example that I created. So let's see how that one went. So we have this and we have something like this. We're not really doing this for now. Let's just copy everything. Let's see what's going to happen. Trying to figure out what is causing that. So let me just grab this first and let's see. So this is for the after, right? This is for the after. So this is what we were doing. And so let's grab this green and let's grab this. And let's put it here because I wanted to add a video wherein we're going to manipulate all the data here. So these white, these colors, they can come from the database. These icons can come from the database, and this all this content can be generated at the back end based on information about products and all those stuff. So we're going to get into that maybe later on. So let's just add green to this so we get what we're doing. Fresh. Still not working. So let's see. Green, example one. Okay, let's change this. Like side content, side content, side content. Wait, refresh. And boom. So see we change it to green and it's everything is green right now. When we change this to blue, when we change this to something like blue like value, kind of changes to blue, right? Then kind of changes to blue. But because we didn't add blue to our, we only added green, blue. Okay, we added blue, but we didn't add blue for this. So we can copy this, paste it, make this blue, blue color, paste it here, and blue is going to work just fine. Great. So we have our blue. And so this is how you create amazing content with Google Maps. In our next tutorial, we're going to talk about how to create advanced popovers. Okay, so when you click on our marker, we need to get very nice pop-up instead of getting this content or like the popover content stuff. And we're going to create an advanced one that is going to help us do a whole lot of things. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to so we can keep bringing more videos like this. Goodbye.